Hi, I'm Doug.
And I'm Cathy.
And this is Maggie Mae. Join us as we follow the moon. Join us today. We are starting off our journey across Texas on Route 66 at the midpoint.
At the midpoint.
Adrian, Texas. And we're going to show you around Adrian, Texas and what makes the midpoint so special and continue on east across Texas. So come along.
Thanks.
Now you'll see this sign, the Midpoint Cafe, and this means you've reached halfway across the country on your journey on Route 66.
That's right.
1,139 miles from there to Chicago and 1,139 miles from there to Los Angeles. Now the Midpoint Cafe is a great little cafe diner, very Route 66-ish. They've got a little gift shop in there. Again, anything you could ever want Route 66, you can find it on Route 66.
That's right. I love the vintage vibe.
We just got dessert. I did a real good piece of apple pie. Cathy had peach cobbler.
It was good.
Now right beside it there, you'll see the motel. The Fabulous 66, I believe it was called. And over on this side of it is a service station that's no longer a service station. I think it was a Midpoint gift shop also.
Imagine coming through there back in the day.
Yeah. You see a motel, a service station, and a restaurant. Who could ask for anything more?
That's right. I'm hungry, we need get.
So you'll see here on the road, it's painted Midpoint. And right across from that is the Midpoint sign. They've even got a little handy cell phone holder there for you to take your own pictures. There's not an awful lot more to see in this little town, but we did take right on through, and on 66, you can see right there 66 is running right beside the interstate, and then all of those wind turbines out there in the distance. Well, our next stop is the Magnolia Gas Station. This is in Vega, Texas, and this was built in the 1920s. And it has been a pillar of Route 66 since the 1920s, for
right.
almost 100 years.
And it's so cute.
It is. You don't see them that are stone like this very often.
Yeah. It's so pristine.
Yep, very well taken care of. It isn't open. It's kind of a little museum display, I guess you'd call it. But you can look in through the glass and see the little desk in the corner and the Coke machine over on the right.
You know, when you see the deterioration of the wooden ones, the stick, you can tell why the big bad wolf couldn't blow down the brick.
That's right. Now those barrels along the side is how they used to get their gasoline before they started tanking it. But
and they were big.
Yeah.
People were buying it by the barrel.
That's right. Now right across the road from that is the Milburn-Price Culture Museum. This place has got Route 66 things and a whole lot more. And this is a little free museum. Definitely worth the time to walk across the street and take a look at it. Like everything on Route 66 that centers around the highway, there's a couple of neat old cars in there.
That's right. And there was a barber pole light, whatever they call those things. And the toys. I always love the toys.
Yep. That is a woolly mammoth tusk from the area. Conestoga wagon. A couple of bridal dresses there. From there, it's off to Cadillac Ranch. That means we are just west of Amarillo. And Cadillac Ranch was originally designed as an art presentation. And they sunk the front ends of those Cadillac down in the ground, and everybody came to see it, and everybody wanted to put their name on them.
That's right.
Even to the point that vendor truck that you saw on our way back here, they sell spray paint right there if you don't bring it with you.
That's right.
We did bring it with us.
Yes, we did. Now, didn't that start out at another location and they brought them over there?
I don't know.
Is that what I read?
It might be.
Maybe I'm wrong. And there goes Doug.
So we are on the side away from the highway. I should say we were, because I'm sure it's been painted over by now, as many people go through there with spray cans. But we were on the very first car that you came to on the side away from the highway. First time I think I've ever graffitied anything in my life.
Especially a car.
Oh, yeah.
It's not the first time for me.
Oh, really?
Back to high school days.
Oh.
Decorating. We called it decorating back then.
And there you can see it. They were even spray painting on the ground.
Yeah.
And yes, to answer your question, Cathy, in 1997 it was moved 2 miles further away from Amarillo. About a mile up the road from that is the Second Amendment Cowboy. This is another one of those big muffler men that are standing out there. And I had to chuckle with this. It's in front of an RV park, which is really neat. But the Second Amendment, those are smokers. They have temperature gauges on them. I didn't spray paint on those cars.
Probably a good thing.
Probably a good thing, yeah. Now, next up, we are in downtown Amarillo, and 6th Avenue. There is a 13 blocks long section of 6th Avenue that is all old 66. And you'll see a lot of the older buildings, a lot of things that they look like Route 66 when you're coming through here. That building on the right was kind of neat. I don't know if it might have been a train station or something, but it was a long building.
Could have been.
And you do see a lot of neon. And this is, in Amarillo, this is kind of the main area where the city hasn't torn down and taken over. This is a lot of the old original buildings from back in the day of Route 66. Back before Interstate 40 bypassed it all.
That's right. It does seem that when you're in a more populated area, more of it gets torn down for new.
That's right. And speaking of which, this is the Big Texan. This is the place where if you can eat the 72-ounce steak along with the salad, the baked potato, the 4 shrimp, and I don't know what all else comes with it, then it's free. Well, we stopped there at lunchtime. It was packed at lunchtime, which just really surprised me. But the Big Texan was originally on Route 66. It's now facing Interstate 40. It has moved. And it moved because they were just about to lose it once the interstate came through. Nobody was following 66. So they built this. There's now a hotel, there's an RV resort, There's a blacksmith shop. There's a place to board your horses, plus the gift shop, plus the restaurant. But yeah, you can see the gift shop that we're walking into here. I'm just going to go over here to this side aisle and we're going to shoot all the way to the back, and you'll see just how huge this gift shop is. They also have a shooting gallery. And this was about 11:30 in the morning, and that was the line waiting to get in. So we were neither one in the mood for a 72-ounce steak or a heavy meal. The new Big Texan is a mile down the road. buc-ee's just came to town.
That's right.
So we went on to the Britain Water Tower, which is the Leaning Tower of Texas. And two of the legs of this are completely off the ground.
I wouldn't stand underneath that.
No. They actually did it on purpose. They used a bulldozer to get those two legs off the ground and got it to where it tilted the way they wanted. So we are going along now in McClean, Texas. And McClean, Texas is known for this Phillips 66 station. It dates back to 1929, and it was renovated by a local preservation group in 1992, and it goes as being the most renovated and restored station, the first one that was completely redone on Route 66. As you go on down through town, you'll see more of the old 66 hotels or motels that aren't in business any longer.
Yeah.
And then it was off to our last stop in Texas, which is Shamrock. And Shamrock is a neat little town, and it's a very little town. It has a McDonald's out by the interstate, and that's about it.
Yeah.
This is their downtown, the old Rexall over there on the left.
Another sleepy town.
Another big water tower. This one wasn't leaning. But this is a town you have to stop in. The Magnolia Station, if that were the only restored gas station in town, they would have a prize on their hands. That Magnolia is beautiful.
Yes, it is.
And it's sitting right next to this brown brick building, which is the Pioneer West Museum. But what we really wanted to see here, and the thing you'll need to stop for, is the Tower Station. It's a Conoco station, and the You Drop In Cafe.
It's spectacular.
The cafe is on the right-hand end of it there, and it's open 6 days a week. They're closed on Sunday. But it is a real old-fashioned Route 66 diner, and it's attached to this beautiful Conoco station.
Oh, the building is really pretty.
It is like out of a picture book. It is just so perfect and pristine. And it was a popular station because there were 2 pumps here, and on the other side of the building were 2 more pumps.
They catch you coming and going.
That's right. Right on the corner, prime property. And the station itself is no longer pumping gas, but they've got it set up that it looks like you could walk in and open it back up. Well, Cathy, we have made our way across the panhandle of Texas on Route 66. What did you think about Texas?
Oh, I think it's been pretty cool.
Yeah, I've only been across Texas on I-10 before.
We've been across the wide part of it.
Yeah, the 900-mile part.
Yeah.
The 200-mile part is definitely much better, no doubt about that. Well, if you've enjoyed the video today, leave us a thumbs up. We appreciate it. If you haven't already subscribed to our channel, watch for the dot up here at the end. Tap that. You can ring the notification bell and you'll know when every one of our videos come out.
And thank you for following us as we follow the moon.